girls track and field. Yeah, it's serious business in Jamaica.
First 60 have to be quick. Right away. Burn up the shot. Oh.
There are so many girls wanting to be a part of this great legacy that we have in Jamaica. There's no other school in Jamaica that produces the amount of athletes going to the Olympics as St. Jago High School.
All if you have a gunshot wound, you have to trade.
The pressure is immense. The pressure is immense.
If you shoot somebody, you run barefoot. Let's go, let's go!
These kids are hungry. They're from poor families and they see this as a vehicle to take them out of poverty and, to breed success.
Don't come across your chest, as the elbows back. Pocket, shoulder, pocket, shoulder. All right? So if somebody behind you, you have to elbow them.
Soon and very soon, I'm going to have my Olympic champion. I mean, there are a lot of prospects here. I couldn't tell you who's going to make the transition. But at first, we have the boys and girls champs. I don't think there's any other high school event in the world like the boys and girls champs in Jamaica. It's fierce competition over 5 days.
They go, then, class 1 girls.
All of these great athletes we have now competed at champs. Usain Bolt, Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce, Elaine Thompson, champs. It was like a platform or a springboard for them going into their adult or professional career.
I can say that this football field, it has done me great justice. I can't count on my palms, my hands, the days that I've trained over there. During the night, I'm there running. I don't even know where I'm running to, but I'm getting to the end of that line. I am going to be that Olympic gold medalist in the 400 meter.
These are Okhalia medals. Mostly particularly proud of these. This is the 400 gold medal winner from Trump Boys and Girls Champs. That experience is so overwhelming. I scream a lot and say, go, Okhalia, that's my girl, that's my girl.
Okhalia Buchanan, I think it's gonna strike gold. It's gonna be very close at the line. Buchanan gets it.
I ran 54.42. That placed me 8th in the world for the juniors.
This young lady, Okhalia Buchanan,
and I was only 14.
Because she was the smallest one in the pack, they call her little rocket.
The big rocket is Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce, so that's the big rocket.
This is Waterhouse. This is where I'm from, so I'm familiar with everybody. Yes, so these are I grew up with everybody here. Well, growing up, my mother was very poor. We lived in a one room. We had a lot of violence. So most times you'd come on the street, you'd see a lot of police. You can't come out at a certain hour. My mother was an athlete. She got pregnant when she was very young. She dropped out of school, and that was it, And for me, she wanted to make sure that what happened to her didn't happen to me. I remember my mother saying, track and field is your way out. This can be your way out. So you find that for a lot of girls now more focused than ever because they realize it's possible for them to become an Olympian. It's possible for them to become more than their circumstances.
I won't say that my mother is rich, but she tries her best to keep us alive and to let us know that there's always bigger and better things for the years coming.
Okhalia is not from an affluent background. She's from a lower income family with her mother, who is the breadwinner, doing as best as she can.
For me, that imagination of being an Olympic champion, in terms of my family, I would ensure that life is good. I leave no one behind.
Okhalia Buchanan, fantastic young athlete who has had some challenges
because of injury. She has had a lasting hamstring injury that, thank God, we are now getting on to how to fix it properly.
I have to get continued flush out so the pain can be removed as I train daily.
Okhalia, she didn't get to run last year because 2 weeks before champs, she got injured. The year before, something similar happened. So I think her soul, her spirit is down.
Track and field, as everyone would say, it's an ungrateful sport. But I'm coming back slowly but surely, and time will tell.
I don't think much people out there remember Okhalia because she's been 3 years out of the running. She needs to go out there and surprise people now.
So Kelly, look quad, go down. Not half squat, right, full squat. Anything you do in the hamstring, you have to be quick. You understand? So you waste too much time.
Alesha Kelly is a special talent. So we have some big plans in terms of her going to the World Juniors, maybe even the Olympics. I honestly thought that last year she could have gone to the Olympics. You know, I thought she could have had even a part of the 4x4.
Sometimes I just can't wait like champs come like sometimes I feel like I'm just imagining like I'm at champs and hitting my blocks, race start, just bam. Like can I wait till I reach the finishing line and I just start to just getting everything that I wish for and it's tough for me, just start making like crazy money.
But Alesha, she's a recent recruit at St. Jago. She's a gift to us.
Recruiting is very important because all the top school want the same people. It's a track and field war. It is very intense. Everybody wants to win. But at the end of the day, there only can be one winner. I hope on that day, St. Jago will be the winner.
Hey, two of you them must slip up and bring over popcorn, please.
That's a casualty. Casualty. Hope to patch her up back and get her back ready. By the championship, she'll be good. She'll be good. She'll be good.
I'm currently living in Spanish Town. I've been here for 1 year. I grew up in St. Mary, and it's about 2 hours from Spanish Town.
This is where Alesha lives. Father passed here. I have 5 brothers here, and I have 2 daughters here, which are mine. That's 7 girls. 5 teenagers, which is, trust me, it's kind of hectic at times. But I love them. Alesha is my girl. She's a very nice girl. Very, very nice girl.
Well, my family, they're all over the place. All over. My mom is in Orlando, Florida. Well, I talk to my mom every day. Every single day, so.
At first, she used to cry and sulk away, but I talked to her and I tell her, listen, God gave you this gift to run. It's not where you're from, it's what you intend to do and what you do with that. Stop looking behind. Try to look forward.
At Champs, the last 5 years we have won 4 championships. The past Olympics, that was our most successful. We had 4 Olympians. We have well over 100 girls, and I recruited about 70% of the team from the length and breadth of Jamaica. That's our little dormitory for our female team, and that's where all of our champions would have been able to develop from. We start to recruit at age 11, 12. The girls want to be at Edwin Island. They want to be at the grounds where the champions were born and still excelling. For example, Shellece Clark. Shellece has been champion coming up since age 11, 12. Whenever you go to recruit, they would ask, we are going to go to the same school with Shellece, can we meet her? So sometimes we probably take her along so they would meet her and, get attracted to her and want to be a part of our program as well.
Cleanly away first time of asking.
And Champs 2015, I participated in the 100 meter, 200 meters, and the 4x100 meter relays, which I came out being a triple gold medalist. I guess you could say I'm surprised overall because growing up I wasn't really a fan of track and field, so it's pretty shocking.
This is the year she win our 3 gold medal.
Running heart out, you know.
Once champ season start, every paper you take out,
Every paper,
you always say something pertaining to Shelley's. When she was about 3 years old, we noticed she walked on her toe pint, and I always wondered if something wrong with her. And I took her to the doctor, and the doctor said, no, she's fine. And a friend of mine said she's going to be a sprinter, that's why she walked on her toe pint like that.
Most even like I sit down and lay down and watch the TV, and I can see Shellece, and I say, Joan, you put me that up on TV, so I just feel proud, you know? When the race I go start now, you know, and she not the black. You will drop a pin in the house. Everybody just calm, you know, listen, just a die one time.
No.
One time when you used to go, me Shelley, join the pan. Go on, Shelley! Go on, Shelley!
But most of the time it's like me run the race.
Just a matter of time. We go layer, yeah.
Go, yes, Olympics gold, yes.
1 year a chance.
We're confident on probably 2020? 2020, yes, 2020. We're looking for it.
It's a clean start. Stevens got up well. So to Mattison. Mattison steps by him though. It's Javon Mattison through to the line. 10-7-3. Cleanly away this time. A good start for Jackson. Green Island is at St. Jago. Oh, that's the top 2.
I would imagine roughly 50 coaches come down here to recruit some of these athletes. One of the reasons why I recruit here is because the kids here are a lot more hungry. The opportunities are more scarce here, so they're trying to run themselves out into a better situation.
I think Champs is the reason that Jamaican track and field athletes, for a population of only 3 million people, are so dominant. What these kids go through in terms of the pressure and handling the pressure, and it gets them ready for a bigger stage when they go on to the World Championships or the Olympic Games. They've been brought up in this atmosphere, they're ready for it, and you can see the result.
This season, I've endured a lot of challenges. I've had an hamstring problem since last year, but I get it progressing to this year and it got worse. On Monday, when we got here, I found out that I wouldn't be doing the 100 meters, so it kind of threw me off, but here I am. Patrice Moody will be replacing me in the 100 meters.
From Edwin Allen, Patrice Moody.
They learn from now that you have to work hard each year in order to maintain that top position. And anytime, any moment, you can be kicked away from that top position by someone else. Shelley's will only be running the relay. You know, I know that Shelley is disappointed, but I don't work with sentiments. It doesn't matter what you have done in the past. Track and field is not all about history. It is what you've done on the day.
We're here to support Shellece. I expected her to run the 100 meter, but she didn't, so we're still here to support her, and we're here to give her support. She will be running the 4x1 relay.
clean start, center of their business. Heidel is in big business as well. This is Shellece Clark, or a slight fumble by Edwin Allen. That allows Excelsior to sneak up on the outside, but Shellece Clark gets back into contention. Edwin Allen from Cranfield in Clarendon goes away for the gold medal.
So we know she can do it. Yes, still good. Yeah, our final there together, our gold medal. Yeah.
Sponsored by Grace. The record, 39 points.
Come here, up there, yeah. Champion. Up there with it. I shall go make it. And that was say. You understand me? Go do your thing to the Okhalia.
Our next Jamaican sensation. Look at her now. Look at her. See, mommy there? Yeah, mommy.
Champs, you know, man.
Yeah, great time today.
Yeah, man, as God. Talk more. She will do it for us.
Everybody's out here supporting me right now, and I'm very thankful.
Watch up the 400 guy. Come watch ya. What you mean? Come watch ya.
Ever since I've been running, they have been supporting me, even though I was injured. They would ask me like, when may I come back? But now that I'm back, I'm ready to go out there, compete at my best. Thank you. And do whatever it is that takes me to the finals. Oh, Jesus.
After yesterday's performance, Okhalia was a little bit shaky in terms of self-confidence, and we're trying to see if we can get back to the stage where there is the Okhalia of 3 years ago. She ran a beautiful 350 meters of the race, and then coming down to the end, she died. She ran a 57. We need Okhalia to run at least a 55 to be guaranteed a spot going into the finals. So it's 2 seconds off. This year would have been the year. She has been working very hard. But coming back from the type of injury she has had, 2 hamstring injuries back to back, and we don't want to be unrealistic in saying, oh, she's going to just suddenly run a 52 or a 53.
These girls are very excited about this championship. You know, they're competing against the best of the best. So this is the thing that overseas coach look at. They don't look at any other meets. This is my final year. I'm here to do big things, like great things. I'm determined of everything that I do. So it's gonna be competitive, yes, but I don't think it's gonna be very hard for me to win it.
Alesha, she has been having an awesome champ so far.
Alesha Kelly presses on the gas, so she wants to secure the win, and she does.
She won her heat in, I think, about 54.7. So she actually had the fastest time going into the semifinals, which is today.
So on track now, girls, 400 meters semi-final round. In lane 5, from St. Jago, Alesha Kelly. In lane 2, from Wolmer's, Okhalia Buchanan. So away they go then. Alesha Kelly of St. Jago has gone out like the bullet from a gun. Onto the backstretch on the outside, Satania Wright of Steps also traveling fast. So it's Ronisha McGregor of Heidel, St. Jago's Alesha Kelly, and Satania Wright also going well on the outside, Okhalia Buchanan of Wolmer's. He's trying to get back to the party. It's Ronisha McGregor all by herself from Heidel, away from Alesha Kelly of St. Jago. McGregor, she'll come across the line first. Alesha Kelly slowing down rapidly but gets across the line in second, just ahead of Satania Wright and Maisha Barnes of Steps and Edwin Allen respectively.
I can only hope that from here on, I can only improve and not go back to square one. As coach would say, the race is not for the swiftest, but for who can endure. So you'll see, this is not the end of me. That's what I'll say, this is not the end of me.
I think Jamaica pushes some of these athletes too hard, especially the talented ones. A lot of these kids are doing a lot of work in training. Some of them get injured, and the schools and the coaches tend not to be proactive with injury management. And we see them coming to champs and aggravating injuries. There's a lot of talent in Jamaica. Some of our coaches feel it's just a matter of moving on to the next. So they don't have to take the time to deal with the injuries correctly because there's always someone waiting in the wings.
Pulling Kelly with her. Williams coming now on the inside. Williams are steps taking aim, but on the outside it is Kelly. Williams fighting back. Williams and Kelly. Stacey and Williams. Oh, the steps. A brave run there by Kelly of St. Jago. But Stacey and Williams just made it home.
Talent pool in Jamaica. Every year one set graduate, the next year just some other persons pop up. Even when Elaine Thompson and Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce retires, I don't think we'll have a problem replacing them because the talent pool in Jamaica is almost like a spring or a fountain, and we're looking forward to giving the world their next big female face of track and field.